Good morning students, welcome to your social class. So as you know that the midterm is approaching from the next month. So before that we have to complete all the revisions, and already I have started the revision in the live class also. So we already completed the first chapter, that is the sources of the history, or what is history about that. So in this class we are going to know about the whatever the new chapters we have learned after the term test 2, that revision part. So before that you have to know what lesson is there for the midterm. So for the midterm you have first lesson to third lesson, and from fourth lesson is not there, and lesson 5 to 9. That 5 to 9 and 1 to 3 lessons are there. Lesson number 4 is not there. I didn't send you any kind of video, so that lesson is not there. So before that 1 to 3rd, lesson number 1, lesson number 2, lesson number 3, lesson number 5, lesson number 6, lesson number 7, lesson number 8 and lesson number 9. That whole lesson, 8 lessons are there for your midterm. So for the previous chapter, that is the what is history, the sources of the history, and the timeline, motion of the earth, domain of the earth, for that chapters we have I already sent you the revision, that is revision video, that is already over there in the last term test. Before the last term test 1, term test 2, you have all the revision videos, so you should go with that only. So today we are going to revise the 3 chapters that we learned after the term test 2. That is the landforms, water bodies and types of earth. So we are going to discuss the very important and major part of that 3 chapter. So before that I am going to send the pattern of question paper that you are going to see in the midterm in the WhatsApp group, and I am also going to discuss the question pattern. So in the midterm you are going to have 40 marks, total 40 marks examination you are going to have, and the total 40 marks is divided into 6 to 7 mains. Okay, so for first one you are going to have multiple choice question, 15 multiple choice question, where you are going to have for each of the question you are going to have 4 options, and among the 4 you have to choose only one option, which one the correct. So you have to write the question number along with the answer. And what you have the match the following. Under there you have to write for the first question what is the correct answer. So match the following is there, true and false is there. You know how to write true and false, so you have to read the question whatever given over there, and whether it is true or false you have to write that one. And you have a new main, that is identify the picture. I am going to send you some of the pictures that I already send you in a worksheet. So like that kind of picture I am going to paste in the question paper, and you have to identify the picture and write the name of the picture whatever you have seen over there. And you have one more main, that is the differentiate between the 2 things. You know how to write the differentiation, so under that main you are going to have 2 differentiation, you have to write that one. And you have 5 question under the main of answer in one sentence, answer in one sentence or answer in one word. You are going to have that kind of question. And last and very important, in the last examination also I have given you, that is the give reasons. Give reason means I am going to give you one statement and you have to write the reason why it is so called. Okay, you know already very well what is the meaning of give reason. So you have to write that one. So this is the midterm portion and the chapter and the question pattern that you are going to see. So right now we are going to start our revision with the chapter landform. Okay, we are going to revise the chapter, that is the water body. So you know what is water body? Water body is whatever the water we have on the surface of the earth in a different kind of form. And the earth is covered with so much of water, and from the space it looks like blue. That's why the earth is called the blue planet. You already know that one. That thing is very important to remember. Okay, And one more thing is that in this chapter you have to remember that what kind of water we have. We have two kind of water, that is the one is fresh water and another one is the salty water. What does fresh water means? Fresh water means that are the purest form of water, the natural water. And what is the salty water? Salty water is that kind of water that actually have the salt in it, and it is called salty water. So if I ask you one example of the fresh water, that will be rain, and if I ask you one example for the salty water, it will be ocean and sea. Okay, one more thing is that how many kind of water body we are having. So first one is lake. So what is lake? Lake is a stagnant water or still water body that is surrounded by the land of all the sides. They are called lake. Okay, lake is a large water body of stagnant water. And we have same kind of things in a smaller version, that is called pond. And what is the example of the lake? That is the world's largest freshwater lake is the Lake Superior that is present in United States of America. That is the world's largest freshwater lake of the world. That is the name of this lake is Lake Superior that is present in United States of America. And now we have river. What is river? River is a usually fresh water. It contains usually fresh water and it flows from high altitude to lower altitude, means high region to lower region. When the river flows from higher region, when a water flows from the high region to lower region, it is called river. And river actually have the largest natural course, means it has its own path. So that is called river. And when we are talking about river, we have different kind of things. That is the source of river. Source of river means what? Source means from where the rivers are originated. From where the rivers are originated, they are called sources of river. And where it meets with the ocean, when the river coming from the mountain and meets with the sea, and that meeting point is called mouth. The meeting point is called mouth, and from where it is originated, it is called source, and from where it is meeting with the ocean, it's called the mouth. And one more thing is that we have different kind of rivers and lakes. The river actually go and meet in the lake, ocean, sea, etc. And and the small streams of river that actually come and join the main river, they are called tributaries. So what are tributaries? The small streams of river that join the major river or main river, they are called tributaries. And what happened in India, we have the Ganga river, that is India's most important river. And for Ganga river, Yamuna river is the most important river of the Ganga, most important tributary of Ganga. Now we have waterfall. You have to know and remember what kind of waterfall we have in India. In India, the Jog Fall that is present in Karnataka, I think some of you have also seen that one. So what is waterfall? Waterfall is a place where the water suddenly falls down to the ground. That is called waterfall. And ocean. What is ocean? Ocean is the world's largest water body that contains the salty water in it. That is called ocean. And in the world, we have 5 major oceans. Among them, Pacific Ocean is the world's most important and the largest ocean of the world. Okay, in the water also we are having some kind of aquatic life, that is fishes, creatures, octopus, like this kind of things we are having in the ocean. And sea. What is sea? Sea is the large body of salty water on the surface of the earth. It's called sea. So what is sea? The surface of the water, surface of the land. We have some salty kind of water, and that they are called sea. And the land along the edge of the sea is called the sea breeze. Okay, that is sea. And why the sea's water are salty? Because the river when carry forward, when the river comes and meet with the ocean and sea, and the river carries some kind of minerals and salt. When all the rivers coming down and meets in a ocean or fall down in an ocean and sea, they deposit that carrying forward minerals and salt. That minerals and salt deposit in the ocean, and for that reason the ocean water and the sea water are salty. Why? Because the minerals and the salt that brings by the river that was deposited in the ocean and the sea. That's why it is called it is said that the ocean and seas are having the salty water. So now you get to know why we are having why the ocean water and the sea water taste salty, means have some salt, because when the river coming down from the mountain and the hill, they carry forward some kind of minerals and the salt along with them and deposit in the ocean. And one of the example of that saltiest sea is the Dead Sea. And why Dead Sea is so called? Because it has so salty, the water in the Dead Sea is so salty that no plant life, no animal life can grow in the water of the Dead Sea. That's why it is called Dead Sea. So it has been given the name because it is the saltiest water. It has the saltiest water, and there are no plants, no animal life can prevail in the Dead Sea. That's why the name of that sea is Dead. And we have two most important concepts, that is island and peninsula. What is island? Island is a piece of land that all the side of the land is actually covered by the water. That land is called island. Like the Sri Lanka, Maldives, Andaman Nicobar Islands, they are the islands, they are the place, all the side of that place is actually covered with water. That's why it is called island. Next thing is peninsula. If you see the map of India, the lower portion of India is like a triangle, and the three sides of that triangle, in the east it has Bay of Bengal, in the south it has the Indian Ocean, and in the west it has Arabian Sea. So all the three sides of the Indian southern portion, it actually covered by the water. That's why it is called peninsula. So there is a difference between the island and peninsula, that is that the island is all around covered by the water, but when it comes to the peninsula, only the three sides of it actually covered by the water. So that is the chapter of the water body. Here we only know some of the important concept of water bodies that are important for the midterm. Now we have to know about some kind of important facts of types of map. Types of map. Now we are going to know about the types of map, the major, most important, some of the fact. First we have to know what is globe. Globe is a miniature model of the earth. Like the exactly earth looks like that, the smaller version if we have, that is called globe. And what is map? Map is a drawing. When we draw something on a map, when we draw something on a piece of paper, and is actually having the two dimension, that is the length and the breadth. For the two dimension, it is telling the diagrammatic representation. So the map is a drawing or diagrammatic representation of a whole earth or a part of it on a piece of paper. When we have something drawn on a piece of paper, that is called the map. And when in a book, like a book, if we have a different kind of map collected in a one book, that book is called atlas. And there's a, from where that name has came, that name has came because from the Greek god, that name is Atlas, and it is believed that he is the one person who is carrying the whole world on his shoulder. So that's why when we have the collection of maps in a book, it is called atlas. So how many types of map we are having? We have three types of map. First one, the political map. Political means what? Where you can see only the boundaries, only the state, only the district. This kind of feature when you are going to know about from a map, that map is called political map. Like this map, that is the Indian map, where you only know about the district, the states of the India, the neighboring countries of the India. So they are called the political map. What is physical map? Physical map is that kind of map where you going to know about where the mountains are situated, where the rivers are situated, where the plateaus are situated, where the plains are situated. This kind of physical features when we going to know about from a map, that map is known as physical map. That is called physical map. Like if you see the physical map of India, in the northern portion of the India you have mountain, in the after that you have plain, and the southern portion of the India is the plateau region. So that is the physical map of India. And last but not the least, that is thematic map or the subject specific map. What does it means? When we have one kind of features and identify that one along the map, that is called the thematic map. Or from a map, if we get to know only one kind of information, that's called thematic map. Like if we go with the different kind of production or the production of wheat from in India, so different states actually produce different amount of wheat. If we collect their data and make a map and color that states which have the highest amount of wheat production, then the least one and the least one. So that while seeing that map, you are going to understand, okay, these states are having the highest amount of production of the wheat, and that kind of maps there, and the other states are having the less amount production of wheat. So when we getting this kind of information, that is called the thematic map or subject specific map. And who are the person who is making the map, they are called cartographer, and the whole process or science of map making is called cartography. And most important thing is the scale of a map, the ratio between the ground distance and the corresponding distance on the map is called map scale. You have to know that one. What is map scale? The ratio between the ground distance and along with the map distance is called map scale. And we have two kind of scale. That is, one is verbal scale, that we can say 1 kilometer on map, 1 kilometer on ground represent 1 centimeter on map. This kind of statements are called the verbal scale. And one more thing, have a graphical scale or bar scale. When we depict the same scale in a bar format, that is called bar scale or graphical scale. And we have different kind of color that denotes different kind of features on the map. You have to know that one, and along with the symbols whatever we are using in the map, that are most important, the colors and symbol that we are using in the map. You have to learn that one. So till now, that is the end and the layout where we are actually having the all kind of features all together. Okay, so in this video we get the revision of the two chapters most important, water bodies and type of map. Along with that, when you go with the landform chapter, you have to know the name of the landform, what is hill, what is mountain, what are the peak, what is the name of the highest mountain peak, and especially the desert region, that is the cold desert and hot desert. Cold desert means hot desert where we have sand, and hot desert means where we have sand, and like hot desert, Sahara desert, and in the Sahara desert we have the most important animal, that is the camel. Camel is called sheep of the desert. Like that, in the cold desert where the ice is there, over there we don't have such kind of trees, but we have some kind of animals like the penguin, polar bear. So for the landform chapters, deserts are very important, along with the name of the plateaus, mountains, hills, what is called peak, what is the name of the world's highest mountain, and along with the that thing is very important. So go through the chapter, read the chapter thoroughly. I have already given all the classwork, important things and notes. Go through that one. and very all the best for your exam, and get ready for that one. And till then, just stay at your home, stay safe. Thank you.